Health ministers will share their country's experiences on preparedness and response to COVID-19.
I'm sure you've seen the reports of the circulation of the SARS-CoV-2 virus in minks. We've been seeing this for a number of months now. And what we understand is the minks have been infected with contact from humans. It circulates in the mink, and then it can pass back to humans. And so there's always a concern when you have circulation and transmission from human to animals and then animals to humans. So there is a number of activities that are ongoing to understand the situation in Denmark. We had a very good call with our colleagues in the European Regional Office and ECDC, and also the State Serum Institute in Denmark. And this is the group that is evaluating the strains that are being identified in these mink. And so the findings that they've found, they've seen some variants in some of these strains that have some mutations. And I'd like to remind you that mutations are normal. These types of changes in the virus are something that we have been tracking since the beginning. And you've heard me say many times that WHO has a global laboratory network, and we have a specific working group that is looking at virus evolution and looking at these changes. Each one of these changes, each one of these mutations, whether they're identified in mink or they're identified in humans, need to be evaluated, because we need to determine the importance of each of these and if any of these changes means that the virus behaves differently. And there's a proper way to do that because there needs to be studies to evaluate if there's any changes in transmissibility or severity, and if there are any implications for diagnostics, for vaccines, and for therapeutics. And in this situation, there's a suggestion that some of these mutations may have some implications, but we need to do the proper studies to evaluate this. And that is ongoing right now with colleagues at SSI in Denmark, as well as our international working group. We are working with our regional offices in Europe, in Wipro, and in the Western Pacific and in the Americas, where there are mink farms, because there are many mink farms all over the globe, and looking at the biosecurity on the mink farms, looking at the surveillance that's happening in these mink farms, and to support countries in taking the right steps to prevent the virus to continue to circulate in minks and to prevent spillover events from happening. So the immediate steps that are taken in Denmark is to limit further spillover of the virus, and then making sure that these minks are culled. And Denmark has made some announcements on how they are going to do that.